Between cruises we continued to work on the Catherine B. Whether cruising or working, we had to get over to the boat. For working, we went in the Lillelund. For cruising, the dinghy. You can see both patiently waiting at the floating dock for their next assignment. Today was both work and cruise, this time to Micrometer Bay. Micrometer Bay is to the west, so we leave the mooring behind and swing out around the peninsula. It is a nice warm day, so our window is wide open as we head out towards Slate Island. Anne has donned her yachting clothes, or maybe those are still her work duds. Sunglasses are a must on the lake, as the sun's rays bounce up from the water. If you've been keeping track, you will recognize that this was one of our longest cruises. When one starts from Micrometer Bay, you can either go north or go south. This was a go south day, but once out of the Narrows between Strawberry and Middle, one has to choose between four possibilities. Our destination was a little south of west. One can see all the way over water from the beach or Brisbane's Point to where we were headed. This route along the north shore of three barrier islands was not unfamiliar, as we used to go to Crow Rock Lodge for dinner and also to Micrometer Bay for inland lake fishing. A couple of the times these runs ended in the dark with kind of stormy weather, but that's another story. As you enter Micrometer Bay, there are several cliffs like the one you see. I can remember climbing to the top of one of these and finding large rocks to roll off just for the splash of it. Without telling you how old I am, at this point I can tell you those days are long gone. We motored through the bottom of the bay and saw this sailboat moored. That spot is very protected. When we were still in dry dock at Northern Harbor, I would ask the sailors that we met where they went most often. More than one mentioned Micrometer Bay. The anchorage there is excellent, and it is a nice trip from the marina. Out of the bay, we turn right into Crow Rock Channel. The next two pictures are of Crow Rock Lodge. There was a time a few years back when we would take an excursion to the lodge for dinner. It's been owned and operated by the same family for over 50 years, and the whole family participates in running the lodge. They are really about fishing. In the winter they migrate to Naples, Florida, where they operate an ocean-going sport fishing boat. There's good fishing on Lake of the Woods, but there's relatively heavy pressure on the fishery. Hence all the lodges in our area now offer fly-in trips away from their main lodges. In this clip, we are about to pass back into the big lake, this time on the south of the barrier islands. We will actually make a big U-turn to start headed home. The island on the right just after our U-turn is what we call Harry's Island. My dad caught a 10-pound walleye there some 60 years ago. It is far enough away from Micrometer that we seldom went back there, and although I did a couple of years ago, still caught walleyes but no 10-pounder. As we got closer to the elbow, the territory became very familiar, as it remains our favorite place to fish. I still use the old names for places like Fritch's, Wheeler's, and Peter Islands, although I'm sure few others refer to them thus. At our speeds, the whole trip was around 3 hours. Cruising to a variety of places like we have and at our speed has caused us to remark more than once that we have, quotes, got the lake back again.